guys, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Hatchette Perkwork build the iconic Doctor Who monster Dalek. Here, box 2 is here. Enjoy. Of the Time War Dalek. So let's have a look inside. So we've got stage 6. We've got stage 5. We've got stage 4. And this big one here is stage 3. Let me just get this box away. There we go. And I got a letter. A welcome letter. So I'm going to put these aside. So in this video we'll be completing stage 3 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So let's get inside. As you can see, it comes in boxes because Hatchette Perkwork tries to use plastic the least amount for the environment and stuff like that. So there's our magazine for stage 3. These are the components. If I can just open up the box so we can have a quick look inside. So it says the Dalek there on the top. I think some of these components are going to be quite big. Let's have a look inside here. Yeah. So these are the components. Like I said, they send things in brown paper bags rather than plastic bags. Totally recyclable. So let's have a look in the magazine. That's a really good shot there of the Time War Dalek from the Tennant era, from the 10th Doctor era. Let's move these components aside so we can have a good look at the magazine. Skaro. Skaro is the name feared throughout the known universe. It has replaced hell in the language of countless civilizations as the description of the worst, most terrifying place imaginable. The Exterminator. This is what we're building. So here is a list of all the components. Looks like we're looking at the outer panels, the dome, and slot for the eye arm assembly. So this is what we should have at the end of stage 3. And then look ahead at stage 4, which we have. There's the one of the lights at the top of the head, like the ears, so to speak. There's Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, with Amy Pond and Rory, and it just shows you a front cover of stage 4 of the iconic Doctor Who monster. So before we begin, I just like to make sure what it says we've got here, we have in here. So there's quite a lot of things inside. So we've got a screwdriver, which is here, and then we've got all these things, but I'm not going to be able to tell if we've got everything without actually opening. These must be the screws, BP screws, AM screws. We've got the top of the dome here, which is there, and then we've got this surround, the lower part of the dome, so that sits on top of there like that, as you can see. So yeah, looks like we've got everything. I think we've got everything. If not, I can contact Hatchette Perkwork, and I'm sure they'll send me along the things that are missing. So we've got our screwdriver, we've got our screws, which are here, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. So I've laid everything out that comes in stage 3. So there's 2 metal plates here, I've got the screws in the container, I've got the screwdriver, I've got the connector parts. There's 2 3s, 2 5s. So look. That's a 4, that's a 5, that's a 1, and that's a 2. And we've got the 2 dome pieces. So we've got this slot here for the eye. So the first thing we do is we've got to put these 2 pieces together, and there's a big slot at the front there for the eye stalk, and it matches the one on here. So we just sit these 2 together like that, and then we turn the whole thing over like that, just making sure that those slots are still visible. Okay, so the connector goes in this orientation where there's a hole there at the top as well. So we've got 1 2 3 4 5 holes, and that just slots in there like that, making sure it fits over all the screw heads like that. Start putting the first screw in, which is a little bit tricky. So let's just get the first one in to get it to hold. That's not going in. Check that we've got it sitting over the screw holes properly, like that. And I'm using BP screws. Yeah, that one's going in. That's the first one. Until I get the second one in, these two are not connected yet. So I'm going to get this one in, and it should connect the two pieces. And just tip it on its side so I can get a better purchase. Just make sure that this is matching together. Yeah, that's gone in. Said there will be like a little millimetre gap between both parts going together, so they don't lock together completely tight. Working my way through the screws. So it's 4 BP screws for each connector. I'll do the other side now. Place the connector in. Like that. And we'll do the top corner. And the last screw in this connector goes here. That's the two sections of the dome together now. The size of it, we're getting a size of scale of the model, and as you can see, the eye stalk slot on both pieces is in the right place. And we get this piece here, which is 3H, and it sits over these three holes, screw holes. So it just sits in place like that there. And we've got to use 3 BP screws. Or 2, sorry. 2 BP screws. One in here. One in here. I think that's a location lug there, and then we put one in on the opposite side. See where the opposite side is here. Like that. And another couple of BP screws. Luckily we got a lot. It's all the structural to keep them intact. So this piece here, which is 3K, goes here, like that. And it's fixed with 2 BP screws. One up here. And then one in the lower section. Like that. And then we've got one on the other side. It sits in there like that. Here. And another couple of BP screws. The screws are going in really well. As you can see, there is a tiny gap, which it said there's supposed to be a tiny gap. So I've turned the dome over, and the eye slot here is facing me. This is where we start to put these metal pieces on, and as you can see, they've got angled screw holes. So this piece goes on here. So lift it up, get it into place. So that piece goes there, like that, and I'm going to put some kitchen paper down, kitchen towel down, to protect the metal elements. So I'm going to turn it over. And the screw holes are here and here, and we're going to use a couple of AM screws to secure that in place. I've got 4 screws out because we've got 2 of these parts. So the first one goes in there. Just change screwdrivers. A little bit of difficulty getting that in tight. It's going in now. And we get the second one in the bottom here. That's that piece in place. And then on the other side we do the same thing. Take this plate and we follow the screw holes, and that clicks into place like that. You'll notice that it clicks in to these little grooves here like it did on that side. So we're just going to turn it over like we did the other one, and we're going to put a couple more AM screws in there. So the part is here. The first one goes in here. Well, that screw hole's not lined up. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's it, it's lined up now. I was watching a fellow YouTuber who is ahead of me in this build. You may know who he is. He's like the master of builds. He's called Wayne, and his channel is World of Wayne. And I actually do, if I get stuck in my build, I will watch one of his videos, because he's built all these things and more, and he's a great channel. I don't know him, but I do like watching his channel, because he's been building for years. I'm like a couple of years in with this, but yeah, World of Wayne, check out his channel. He's a great guy, really friendly, upbeat, very good at what he does. I would be like his apprentice. He's the master. So yeah, we've got those 2 parts in place, those 2 metal parts, and these will be how the outside of the exterior of the Dalek will look. This plastic bit is the inner frame, but these 2 parts that are metal are what our Dalek will look like when complete. The last thing we've got to do is put this eye slot in, and there's 6 lugs in there. So I've not test fitted it yet, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to line it up. It should just click into place. Let's see. It goes in, so it goes like that, and it should click into place in theory. They're all in except this one here. Yeah, that one's in. Can't see the hole. Where is it there? Okay, there's our eye hole slot in place with our two panels, two exterior panels. And this is the whole dome now that we didn't have before this build, before stage 3. So there we go. I'm just going to turn it over. It's quite detailed inside. And turn it over now. So this is where we'll be at the end of stage 3. Here. And that completes stage 3 of the build. I'm happy with that.